This is your host, LA from LA Show. And of course, we're going to get into topics in the black community. Plus, we're going to have black talent and business promotions. So please like, share, and comment your thoughts. Also, subscribe to the channel for more stories in our community. Thanks.
It's Lexi.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to LA Show. It's been a crazy week and a half, and I have been going through it. Thank y'all so much for supporting me anyway, and, commenting, liking, sharing these videos, getting this information out there. So, the first thing we're going to talk about tonight, before I go to sleep and take a bath, is Maleah Davis. An update on her situation that's going on. Of course, she is still missing out of Houston, Texas, the 4-year-old baby girl. Right now, what the police chief is saying, they're saying that they do not believe that baby Maleah is alive, which is very disheartening to hear and really toe up. Darian's father did an interview on Icked Mel, ICKEEDMEL, on his channel. And it was very interesting. It was a 40-minute interview, and it really went into depth about Brittany Bowen's, the biological father, and pretty much how Darian Vince was a huge support to Brittany by helping out with cleaning, taking care of the children, taking them back and forth to daycare. And the father pretty much painted this picture that Darian Vince was this awesome man, which if he was, that's great. But right now we need to find Maleah. And if he can't point us in the direction that we need to go in, then apparently he wasn't that great of a man. But we just need to wait on Darian to talk. He has all the information. He's the one who told the police the elaborate story about the 3 Mexican men coming up to him and taking them and going on a joyride, dropping him off and his son off somewhere, and then boom, we hear that the car that was allegedly stolen by these men is the same car that pulled up to the hospital and dropped Darian Vince off. Hence why he's in jail right now. Darian Vince, whatever. CPS court case is now going on. And that's something that's very important to everybody, because everybody is really interested in the dynamics between the family. Before anything like this disappearance happened. So it looks like Brittany is still doing her press releases, which seem to be getting more and more interesting. It seems like the man that's with her is controlling her more and more to pretty much shy away from the CPS stuff, which I assume is because of the open court case that they're going through now, which is pretty much trying to place the children in another home other than Brittany's, which may be a good idea. They have raised the reward for Maleah, and if you could find her, to $10,000. And let's just hope and pray that this baby is found safely, you guys. I've been praying for her since I heard about this story. I know you guys have too. And it's really sad when we see these dynamics in our community where a woman can't fully find out about a man until something bad happens. So let's move on to Wendy Williams. So Homegirl had been going through it over there in La La Land or Hunterville. Kevin Jr. allegedly hit his father, Kelvin Hunter, in the face over an argument at a store parking lot. The argument was allegedly over spousal support. Allegedly, Kelvin brought up spousal support to Wendy, and Kevin Jr. went off. Kelvin Hunter Sr. is pretty much saying that Wendy Williams has brainwashed their child into not liking him, when clearly we all can see your business out here in these streets. And you not only cheated on his mother, but you also allegedly were hurting his mother for years, and then you decide to go out and make a baby on his mom. And the last thing you should do is bring your teenage son into any type of discussions about financial support. But hey, to each his own. You know, that situation right there was bound to happen, and I'm kind of glad that Wendy's son was able to stand up for his mother. You know, even though that may sound kind of terrible, you're not supposed to raise your hand to your parent, but in certain situations, certain things are called for. And I feel as though he was taught aggression as a child, so I guess the only way that he could open up to his father was through the same thing that he was taught by him, if that makes sense. So we have another tragedy out of Oxford, Mississippi. I'm sure you guys have heard about the case of Dominique Clayton. Officer Matthew Kinney, Kinney, of the Oxford Police Department is alleged to have went into Dominique's home on May 19th and shoot her in the back of her head while she was sleeping in her bedroom. It is alleged by Dominique's sister that there was an affair going on between Officer Kinney and Dominique. I don't know how long the affair really took place, but this is alleged. In the news, there was a headline that popped up that said something to the effect of white officer kills black mistress. So apparently it's already racialized. And this is what we call in the community swirling. So when swirling goes wrong, hashtag when swirling goes wrong. She was home alone. Allegedly, her 4 children spent the night with their uncle. When the 8-year-old son came back home, he wanted to play a joke on his mom, so he went inside alone, and he found his mother dead in her room. Really heartbreaking. Today, there was a bond hearing for Officer Kinney, and allegedly the family went off and exploded on the judge because no bond was set. So pretty much they're playing around with the fact of if they're going to give this man bond or not. You know, that's crazy. Another update on the Nipsey Hussle situation. Cowboy has came out with another interview where he explains that Eric Holder may have done this malicious act out of either jealousy or he wanted to go out with a name for himself, which are two very weird reasons on why somebody would shoot somebody in broad daylight. But okay. He also claimed that he never saw Eric Holder shoot at Nipsey, which we can clearly see on the video. But there were some things that were added on to the video that we don't see. Added on to the interview that we don't see in the video. So, China Hustle has also been battling for custody with Samantha, who is Nipsey's sister, and Black Sam, who is Nipsey's brother. Currently, there is a big debacle going on at the Marathon store where they had to pretty much shut down business for, I don't know if it's indefinitely or for a while because of a overplacement of orders. And right now, Black Sam is trying to gain custody and control over that business and help his sister gain custody over Nipsey's daughter. Nipsey did not have a will, which is explained to us by a lot of people. That is very concerning and very sad at the same time because, you know, there's really no placement on where his funds will go, which from what I understand is over a $2 million net worth at this time. And I also wanted to bring up something that happened on my Instagram page where I was posting stories on this situation with China Hustle losing custody of her daughter. And there are people that are pretty much for China Hustle. And that's fine. You can be for China. But at the same time, we have to break it down like this. She has put out a lot for us to see and a lot for us to judge. So if we feel as though we don't do that as parents, then I guess that's us taking the high road and saying, hey, we don't do this kind of stuff and act this way. Then why should she be able to? And still keep custody of a child that is going through an emotional battle as it is. It's not like Samantha is trying to keep this child maliciously. But I think she is trying to look out for the best interest of her niece, whom she had custody of prior. I mean, she didn't have custody, but she was taking care of her prior to any of this situation happening. So what it appears is that, you know, the baby was spending time with Nipsey and the family over there, and China Hustle was doing her thing wherever she was. And it is also alleged that she doesn't have custody of any of her children. So make it make sense, you guys. Anyway, moving on. City Girls versus Hazel E. Now, this is a situation where I thought it was hilarious. They were going back and forth yesterday on Instagram, and this was over the Act Up song, which is viral. Everybody knows it word for word. Singing it in the clubs, singing it, children singing it, everybody singing it. Versus Hazel E's Acting Up song, which is a totally different vibe. Nobody has heard of it. It's garbage. I think that this is a big form of Hazel E trying to get her name back out there after she made this dumb documentary on Ayana Fix My Life, talking about how black women have always tortured her and how she has a hatred for black women. And so I think she's trying to make a comeback from that, and she's trying to do that off of these young black girls' names, which is really unfortunate. So in the midst of them going back and forth, Hazel E and Young Miami, Jocelyn steps in, and Jocelyn was like, pretty much, let's fight, pull up, I'm wherever you want me to be. So it's just really a weird situation. Hopefully they don't end up fighting each other, because that would be pretty pointless when you're talking about Young Miami out here trying to make money for JT and the whole city girl name as is. You know. Let's get into Cardi B. So Cardi B seems like she is going through some issues with her plastic surgery, which she did have after she had baby culture. When did she have that baby? I forgot when she had that baby, but it's been a couple of months, so I guess they allowed her to heal from the childbirth, and then they turned around and she had her liposuction, I think I heard, because her ribs are extra tight now. And I think she also had a breast augmentation where they kind of picked those puppies on up. Because I've been saying this when she first came in the game, like, her breasts, like, it looked like a really botched tranny job. I'm not trying to be funny. It looked really, really bad. So I'm glad she was able to go get those things fixed. But Cardi B has to make money. So she is signed to a label. The label requires her to make a certain quota for them to be paid back from the money that they have pushed to push her. So she has been out here doing shows. She has been everywhere, on the red carpets, doing shows back to back. And now it has finally taken a toll on this woman to the point where she has to cancel a concert in Baltimore for the Spring Bling. And people are kind of upset about that. People are going back and forth on should she have gotten that surgery. And I mean, pretty much it's her body. And she did need to get those imperfections corrected if she was going to be out here in the spotlight, because we all know how we love to body shame people and make people feel less than. And, you know, apparently Cardi B is already an insecure woman, or was an insecure woman before the fame, before she got what she got. So, you know, of course, she wants to look good to everybody else. This may not have been something for her. This may have been for y'all. So be glad, I guess, you know, respect it. So I have an update, and I'm about to get out of here now, on Trinity Love Jones. And I mean, this was a really, really stressful case that I worked. I did a 2-part video on that, so go check that out. Sequestragram and Emil Hunt are charged with first-degree murder. They both face up to life in prison. This is the case of I think she was 4 or 5. No, Trinity was older than that. Wait a minute. But yeah, this is the case back in Hacienda Heights in California. And she was, I think, 7. However, no, she was 9. Rest her soul. She was 9 years old. And she was found in a duffel bag in Hacienda Heights, California. Really unfortunate situation. This really did, it hurt me. So rest in peace to Trinity Love Jones. So there was an arraignment date for May 21st, which was 2 days ago, Monday, I think, or Tuesday. And now they are doing another arraignment, which was requested by the defense attorney and that's set for June 27th. That was in a Panama courtroom. And there has still yet to be a plea given by these 2 suspects. I was about to say something else. So yeah, there is still no known cause of death in her situation, unfortunately. I was kind of curious to know what they did to her, to know that these people really were really sick individuals. They caught the mom and the stepfather, Emil, trying to cross the border in Texas. So it just goes to show you how people can love you for a little while and then throw you out to dry. But anyway, you guys, let me know what you guys think down below on these stories and topics that we covered tonight. Thank you guys so much, and please like, share, and comment. Also, please follow me on social media at LA_show_ on Instagram, Twitter, and my Facebook is Young LA. And also, you can find me on www.fidelcashflowva.com, where I will be doing my blogging and also posting different things to that site as well. And once again, I will see y'all later. Bye.